The Baltimore Ravens are known as one of the most stable franchises in the NFL. Owner Steve Biscotti has never been a fan of knee-jerk reactions, and that stability is reflected in the fact that the Ravens have had only 3 head coaches in their 30-year history. That's why the decision to part ways with John Harbaugh has sent shockwaves across the NFL. While the move may surprise casual fans, those inside the organization suggest it had been building for some time. There was a growing belief among some within the Ravens that Harbaugh had reached the end of his run with Lamar Jackson and the current core of players. Early in his tenure, Harbaugh led Baltimore to the AFC Championship game 3 times in his first 5 seasons. However, in the past 13 seasons, the Ravens reached the AFC title game just once, raising serious questions about postseason consistency. Fan frustration also played a major role. The 2025 season marked the worst home record in Ravens history, finishing at just 3-6 at M&T Bank Stadium. Attendance noticeably declined, with more empty seats than ever before. The breaking point for many came on October 5, when Baltimore surrendered 44 points at home in a humiliating blowout loss to the Houston Texans, the most points ever allowed at home during Harbaugh's tenure. As Harbaugh walked off the field that day, boos rained down from the stands, a clear sign that patience was wearing thin. Despite this, the Ravens never fully quit on their coach. A convincing 41-24 road win in Green Bay late in the season showed the locker room was still competing. But effort alone couldn't hide the reality that this roster underachieved. As one source close to Harbaugh put it simply, it's time for a reset. Inside the locker room, the reaction was mixed. One player described the firing as surprising but not shocking. After the season-ending loss in Pittsburgh, Lamar Jackson was asked whether he wanted Harbaugh to return. Visibly emotional, Jackson avoided the question, saying he was stunned and still processing everything. Veteran leaders like Derrick Henry and Ronnie Stanley also stopped short of fully endorsing Harbaugh's return. While both expressed love and respect for him, they made it clear the decision was out of their hands. Looking ahead, the expectation is a complete coaching overhaul, particularly on offense. The Ravens are hoping a new voice can reignite both Lamar Jackson's prime years and the passion of a fanbase that has grown restless. In the end, this wasn't about one bad season. It was about long-term expectations, unmet potential, and a franchise deciding that stability alone isn't enough. For the Ravens, this marks the beginning of a new era, one built on the belief that change, though difficult, was necessary.